Winter camouflage, the act of remaining less visible in a cold or snowy environment. In a previous video I showed how to paint the traditional forest or woodland camouflage pattern on your models, and this week I'll show you how to take on a winter pattern for your minis. This is ideal for an Imperial Guard regiment from an ice-covered homeworld, or just add some variety to your troops. Winter camo, as we think of it, white with a few additional colours, is very rare in contemporary military forces, with most choosing something like this. Which you can see does work really well to blend these soldiers into their surroundings, but it's not what I think of when I hear winter camouflage. So I'll show a great method to get a pattern that looks great on the tabletop, even if it's not quite accurate to what soldiers would actually wear. So here's the mini I'm going to paint up in this winter camo, an Imperial Guard soldier, which as you can see I've primed white, as this is the perfect base coat for what we're going to be doing. Now, first of all, I'm coming in with some Celestra Grey, and I'm going to paint some small irregular spots all over the fabric part of the uniform. I'm painting this straight over that white scar primer, because that's the ideal base colour for a lot of the uniform, and I just simply want to add the pattern on top. So I'm adding these Celestra Grey patches. I want them to be irregular shapes, sort of natural, so I'm stippling the paint on. I don't want these to be uniformed in any way. I want them to be as random as possible. So I'm just picking some spots, placing little areas of Celestra Grey. Make sure I don't have any straight edges or anything like that. I want these shapes to be as natural as possible. This is much like with the woodland camo I painted in a previous video. I was working my way all over the fabric to the model, applying these patches of Celestra Grey. And after I've solidified all of those patches, you can see how we've got these little spots all over the uniform. So now the next step is I'm coming in with some dawnstone. I'm going to add some more spots all over the uniform. The dawnstones being a little bit darker than the Celestra Grey, but still keeping it in that sort of light colour palette that you'd expect from a snow camouflage. So some of these I'm placing near to the Celestra Grey ones, other ones are going to be further apart. Much like before, I want these to be as random as possible, spotted all over the miniature. So I'm breaking up that shape of the model, so hopefully it would blend in against a snowy, rocky environment. So once again, I'm stippling these on. I will come back through afterwards and solidify them by coming through with another coat. But I don't want any sharp edges, angles, or anything like that. I just want these to be random shapes all over the uniform to help break up that shape of a soldier. So following all of the rules that I discussed in the previous camouflage painting video, keeping these a bit larger than they would do to scale, but just applying them all over the model. With those dawnstone spot supplies, you can see how it's given us that pattern all over the uniform. There's one more colour I'm going to add, and that's with some Mechanica Standard Grey. I'm going to add some small lines breaking up parts of the colour. So I don't want to go to pure black on this, it would stand out far too much against the white. But with the Mechanica Standard Grey, it's a nice dark grey colour that I can use to just sort of break up some of the edges by applying some thin lines of the Mechanica Standard Grey. So I'm sort of tracing around just the edges of some of the shapes, being a little bit random with where I place them. I'm more sort of half stippling these on, so it still keeps that random natural appearance to them, trying not to give anything that looks too man-made or mechanical. So I'm trying to keep everything to natural shapes where possible. So I'm just applying these lines of Mechanica Standard Grey around some of the patches of Dawnstone and Celestra Grey, just to emphasise those shapes, as well as break up any edges on the model. With that Mechanica Standard Grey applied, that is the base for the camo pattern. So next thing I'm going to do is shade all over to add some definition. So for this I'm using Soul Bright Grey. This is A very, very light shade, almost white, just with a little bit of grey into it. I'm just going to apply this all over the fabric to the miniature. So this will sink into those recesses, darken down bits of the white primer, as well as tie all of the camo pattern together, make it all look a bit more uniformed on the model. So you don't want this to pull too heavily in any of the recesses, just want this to be a subtle shade, mostly sinking into the recesses of that white, just to add some definition to the white fabric of the uniform. And after that shade's dried, you can see how it has really added definition all over the uniform, and it has tied all of those colours together. So it's time to add some very subtle highlights to this fabric. First of all, with some white scar, I'm going to come in and apply an edge highlight to any sharp parts of the uniform that are still white. So it's things here like the edges to all the uniform, the tops of any sharp creases or folds, anything like that. I'm just applying a really thin edge highlight of white scar to all of these details. One of the main things I don't want to do is go over any of the parts we paint with another colour, so I'll follow a line until it comes up to either Dawnstone or Celestial Grey, and then I'll stop so I don't highlight any of those parts. You can see some of these are very small spots, just catching very tops of raised details just to add a little bit of definition and contrast to that uniform. But also don't want to make these too bright or too stark, because that would defeat the entire point of a camouflage pattern. See, there are lots of little parts here to pick out with some white scar, so I'm just working my way around, picking out any sharp parts with a bit of white scar. With that white scar highlight applied, it's brightened up the tops of some of the creases and folds on the uniform. So I'm going to do the same with the patches of Celestial Grey. So I'll be coming back in with Celestial Grey again. I'm not going to go any brighter than the original colours I used, but for this I'm just picking out wherever one of those Celestial Grey parts has gone over a ridge, top of a fold, anything like that. Just picking out the most raised parts with a thin highlight of Celestial Grey. Where we applied the shade, it will have knocked these areas back just a little bit, so by using the original base colour, we'll bring it back to that original colour. It will just give the impression of light just catching the top of a fold a little bit more than the rest of the uniform. See, I'm not just edge highlighting around the blobs of colour, I am just picking up where it's on a raised part of fabric. And with the Celestial Grey applied, there is one last colour to apply to the fabric part of this snow uniform. And for that I'm using Dawnstone, and once again, much like with the previous steps, I'm just picking out the raised parts wherever an area I paint with Dawnstone goes over a crease or a fold in the fabric. You can see at this stage it still looks a little bit rough because the rest of the model's not been painted, but after we paint the rest of the model, this camo pattern will blend in and should give a really nice looking effect all over this Imperial Guard trooper. And this is a great effect if you do want a snow regiment or just something a little bit different for your armies for 40k. And with that Dawnstone highlight applied, that is the uniform to the model painted. So if you give me a minute, I'm going to come back, paint the rest of the model, and then I'll show you how to paint winter armour pattern for your models that ties together really well with the camouflage fabric to create a great looking soldier for your games of 40k.
If you enjoyed the video, please press like. If you want more videos, press the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. If you would like to support the channel and become a member, please press the join button down below.
So I've painted the rest of the details on this Imperial Guardsman, so it's just the armour parts to his uniform left to paint now. So let's paint those great snow uniform as well. So for this I'm coming in first with Administratum Grey. I'm going to paint all of the armour panels on the model. Obviously I'm being really careful on the rest of the details that I've already painted. I just want to make sure that I catch all of these armour details with a couple of layers of Administratum Grey, so I get a nice solid base coat all over this armour. But using the Administratum Grey as a base, it's going to look slightly different to the fabric, but still keep into that snow theme, and really work well with a camouflaged uniform to hopefully give us a soldier that would blend in on a snowy tundra environment. And with that armour picked out with Administratum Grey, you can see it's given a nice light grey effect all over that armour. So the next step I'm going to do is to shade some of these details. So I'm coming in with some known oil now, and I'm going to carefully apply this as a pin shade around all of the details to this armour. So wherever there's a recess, or a detail, anything like that, I'm just carefully applying a little bit of known oil into that recess just to add some definition and darken down the shadowed areas of this uniform. So you see, I'm just working my way around, carefully applying this known oil into all of the recesses to the uniform on this Imperial Guard soldier. Once that known oil's dried, you can see how it really has picked out all of the definition to that uniform. Now there's just a couple of highlights to apply. We'll have a great looking armour for this soldier. So the first highlight is I'm coming in with some Celestra Grey. I'm going to apply this as a chunky edge highlight all the way around all of the raised details on this uniform. So I'm applying this as a slightly chunky highlight so I can come back through in the next step and apply a brighter colour within it. But for now, I'm just applying this highlight of Celestra Grey around all of the panels to his armour. So this is going to be wherever light would catch the edge of a panel, just adding some definition and interest to the model. So I'm just carefully picking out all of these edge details with a little bit of Celestra Grey, but making sure I leave them large enough so I can come back in the next step and apply another colour within this Celestra Grey. So you want to keep these lines nice and smooth where possible. If you do come in a little bit too thick, you can even them back out with some Administratum Grey again. And after that chunky edge highlight's been applied, you can see how it's a really subtle highlight just at the very edge of all of the parts of the armour. So now I'm coming in with some white scar, and I'm going to carefully apply this as a thin edge highlight in all of the areas we just applied the Celestra Grey. So for this, I really want to keep this nice and small. I'm just catching the very edges of all of the panels with a thin edge highlight of white scar. This is going to give the impression of the armour being a really, really light colour, which will go well with our camouflage fabric. But it should still make the armour read as a slightly darker colour to the rest of the camo pan we've already painted, which could add some nice interest to your model, as well as be a little bit more realistic to how equipment and uniform work together on the battlefield. So just take your time at this step, work your way around the model, applying a really thin edge highlight of white scar within all of the Celestra Grey we just applied all over the uniform. And with that final edge highlight applied, you can see how we've got a really nice crisp looking armour all over this Imperial Guardsman, working with that camo pattern we painted on the fabric. It looks like he's ready to go to war in a snowy wasteland. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments down below what other camo patterns would you like to see me paint. But don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, an extra special thank you to Jenkins, our Tea Lover channel member. Thank you so much for the support, and happy painting!